It's just amazing. Well, listen, thank you for so much of your time, and I hope we can have you back on again, Congressman from North Texas.
Sure. We need to come on and talk about health care.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
A full hour.
You bet. Let's do a full hour sometime.
All right. Thank you.
All right. There goes Congressman Representative Michael Burgess. We appreciate his time spending about 40 minutes with us here on the air today. For those that just joined us, this is the reason we had him on. John, go ahead and play the clip again of him. This is the congressman in debate Saturday being thrown out of meetings and being told that martial law had been declared in the House. Here it is.
Gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman from Texas.
Mr. Speaker, I ask permission to address the House for 1 minute, revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I also come to the floor today to talk about this $700 billion bill that's in front of us. I use the term bill advisedly because we have seen no bill. We are here debating talking points on perhaps what is one of the largest fundamental change in our nation's financial system in its history. And House Republicans have been cut out of the process. Not only have we been cut out of the process, we've also been derided by the leadership of the Democratic Party and called unpatriotic for not participating. Mr. Speaker, I have been thrown out of more meetings in this Capitol in the last 24 hours than I ever thought possible as a duly elected representative of 820,000 citizens of North Texas. Mr. Speaker, politics is a full contact sport, and I understand that, but it is a full contact sport in the light of day in the public arena. Since we didn't have hearings, since we didn't have markups, let's at least put this legislation up on the internet for 24 hours. That's what Thomas was made for. Let's do that and let the American people see what we have done in the dark of night. After all, I have not gotten any more mail, any more emails on any other subject than this one that is before us today. Mr. Speaker, I understand we're under martial law as declared by the Speaker last night. I think it's ironic. House Republicans have not been needed for a single thing in this House to assure passage for the last 22 months. And today, we're going to be asked to vote for a bill for political cover because Democrats are too weak to stand up to their Speaker. I yield back.
Gentleman's time has expired.
All right, let's go ahead now and play Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur boldly slamming the bailout bill this last weekend, as well as the work of criminal insiders who have shut down the normal legislative process to commit high financial crimes. And that is exactly what's happening right now. Now, let's go ahead and play that clip.
Time, the gentlewoman from Ohio.
1 minute, Mr. Speaker.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, my message to the American people, don't let Congress seal this Wall Street deal. High financial crimes have been committed. Now Congress is being asked to bail out the culprits and to do so at the expense of those who elected us to guard their interests, the people of our country. The normal legislative process that should accompany review of a monumental proposal to bail out Wall Street has been shelved. Yes, shelved. Only a few insiders are doing the dealing. Sounds like insider trading to me. These criminals have so much political power they can shut down the normal legislative process of the highest lawmaking body in this land. All the committees that should be scanning every word of what is being negotiated are benched, and that means the American people are benched too. We are constitutionally sworn to protect and defend this republic against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And my friends, there are enemies. We are told we will have a bill, $1 trillion bill to review soon, and have less than 24 hours with no regular hearings to try to vote on this tar baby. The people pushing this deal are the very same ones who were responsible for the implosion on Wall Street. They were fraudulent then, and they're fraudulent now. We should say no to this deal. I ask my colleagues to join us at 2 o'clock in HC8 of the Capitol to meet with some real experts who've done financial resolutions without putting the burden on the taxpayer. Please join us, HC8 at 2 p.m.
Time of the gentlewoman has expired. The gentleman from California.
Absolutely amazing. And she said it like it is. I've got to have her on the show. That's how Congress should be talking, about criminal hijacking of the Republic. And that's what it is. Now, let me give everybody a little news flash. Do you know how much money last week, according to Reuters? I covered this a lot last night. Most of you heard it who listened. But we're going to go back over it today. I'm going to dig the story back out of the big stack. I've got yesterday's stack and today's stack. Both of them are over 50 stories deep. We haven't even gotten to them yet. $940 billion. So while everybody's distracted talking about a $700 billion bailout that every expert's saying is well over $5 trillion, I mean, just hundreds of experts, hundreds of top economists have sent open letters to Congress. That's in the news, saying, do not do this. It's criminal. And while we're busy looking at this, $1 trillion+ defense bill passed just a few years ago, just 6-7 years ago. The defense budget was about $400 billion. The last one was about $700 billion. Now the new one's $1 trillion for 2009. $1 trillion+, and that's the on-budget defense package, and they passed a bunch of sanctions against Iran Friday while everybody was busy talking about the bailout, which is not a bailout. It gives dictatorial power to Paulson. It gives them immunity from all the crimes they've committed. And this is the very crew that has orchestrated all of this. And remember, you could pay off all the mortgages for right around $100 million that have been insolvent or even have a problem. So understand, the problem is not the mortgages. It is all the hundreds of different types of derivatives and hundreds of other different types of paper instruments that are worse than junk bonds. At least a junk bond is some frivolous, speculative company, where they claim they're manufacturing something or claim they're making something or doing something. And those are bad enough. People go to prison for that, like the Keating Five, except for John McCain running it all. He didn't. Him and his mobbed-up family. But with this, it's even worse than that. It's basically one type of derivatives is junk bonds, then leveraged as AAA assets, insured by different unsavory organizations like AIG, who insured all this crap, this poisonous, carcinogen-laden garbage, and then they leverage it out again and then repackage what they leverage. It's just unspeakable. And there's over 1 quadrillion. That's over 1,000 trillion in these derivatives that we know of. Now, that's what we know of. And what are they doing with the hundreds of billions they're sucking out through the Federal Reserve from the American taxpayers every single week? What are they doing in the year-and-a-half-long bailout that we've been seeing? What are they doing? They are taking that money and raiding the rest of the real economy. They are running around vitriolically going after companies and corporations. Our entire future is being sucked dry by this. The bailout is the coup de grace. It is the liability protection. It is the immunity that the crooks need. And you just heard a Republican congressman tell you that. You just heard a Democrat congressman tell you that, congresswoman, here on this show, both from audio from the floor and physically on the radio show. We had the congressman from Texas, Burgess, on. So I have a lot of news I want to cover. I also have these Obama truth squads threatening police action, just unprecedented. And I have not weighed in for John McCain or Barack Obama, saying they're both complete New World Order puppets. But this is something new, and I tell you, it really makes what Webster Tarpley said have a lot of weight to it. And then I had a caller for the show who was not joking yesterday, because I know him, named Trooper, saying, yeah, he wants to have Tarpley arrested for talking bad about Obama. So that shows that the mind control is in full swing. We'll talk about that as well. Very important broadcast today. Stay with us.